Hello everybody, this is Gold League Gamer 1 and Dyne, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy 6.
I'm going to switch back to the first party rather than take on that something that was in the top left corner of the screen for party 3. And these guys again.
But we will eventually fight that one enemy.
Yep, because you cannot skip it. If you don't know it's coming, then you weren't paying attention to the fact that the save point was there. And if there's anyone who really needs to be put in the back row in this party, it's Strago, because he is primarily magic-based. He's not a frontline fighter. He doesn't have a lot of magic either.
Well, yeah, okay, well, Strago is second in line, not first.
Well, he's still in the front row, not in the back row, because if you go into the status screen, or even just open the menu and push left, you can rearrange your party members, and if you select them twice, they'll be put in the back row.
Okay. And
take half damage from physical attacks, but also deal out half damage. But since he's a magic-based fighter, he should be attacking with magic. Yeah, that's one of the basics in the Final Fantasy games, is utilizing front and back row characters.
And another nifty thing about the Final Fantasy series is, like, there's no one party member that you're required to use.
There are some exceptions. In Final Fantasy IV, you're always stuck with Cecil. And, of course, in a lot of them, you do have to work with who the game gives you for most of the time. Actually, all the way up until... Yeah, up until this one, you're stuck with who the game gives you. There are exceptions, because, in 1, 2, and 3, you have pretty much the same people throughout the whole game. 4, it wasn't until the Game Boy Advance version you could switch out party members at will at the end of the game, but you always have to take Cecil. In the sequel, you can choose your party members. In 5, you're stuck with who the game gives you, and this one is the first truly customizable one on that regard.
Okay.
7, you always have to have Cloud. 8, you almost always have to have Squall, but the game will let you switch him out in certain spots, because the team splits up a few times. 9, you always have to have Zidane, except for the final battle, or whenever the team splits up. 10, yeah, you can switch out party members in 10. In fact, that's highly required, highly recommended, so everyone gets experience. 11, I've never played. 12 is customizable, because you're not always stuck with someone. 13, you're stuck with who the game gives you until the latter end of the game.
So that applies for 13.1 and 13.2?
13.2, you're stuck with who you have the two main characters at the whole time, but you can swap out monsters that you recruit. And it's time for dragon number 7.
Yep.
The gold dragon.
The second to last one.
Hit him with the drill. Yeah, this guy is thunder-based. As for his elemental weakness, I'm not 100% sure what it is.
Yeah, I don't think I really bothered to check.
Now, this one's easier than the other one in this dungeon. And actually, thunder beats water in these games. I don't know about the opposite. I doubt it. I'm actually playing through Skies of Arcadia Legends on GameCube right now, and you can swap elemental properties on your weapons every turn in battle, and it's an interesting system. You have 6 different colors for your weapons, each one with a different property, and figuring out how that system's work has been interesting. But this battle should not be too tough. I'm surprised Terra hasn't learned Fire 3 by now, just simply by leveling up. Unless I just haven't scrolled down far enough to see it. Oh yeah, single bolt. That's gonna threaten her. Oh, Gigavolt, yeah. But then again, Terra's absorbing all electricity, so she's pretty much your best party member in here. Just watch and wait. He's got bubbles! Friggin' bubbles! Yes! A nod out to the nostalgia critic. Even I watch his stuff. But I don't swear. That's not allowed on this channel.
Of course not.
Never made that connection till now. It's one of his long-time running gags. Are you dead yet, Gold Dragon? You're really not much of a threat. Except for to maybe Edgar there. Because he was down to 6. Oh, yeah. Level 1 bolt on the whole party. Yeah, that's a way to dish out damage. Oh, I keep waiting for him to die. And of course, that's not a dragon, that's a dinosaur.
Right, yeah, it looks nothing like a dragon.
Well, it's just a palette swap of
Brontar.
Yeah, Brontar, and actually the hardest enemy in the game, the Brachiosaur, is a palette swap of this guy.
Okay. Well, and he's down.
Thankfully. 10 magic points. Crystal Orb. I think that's an accessory that reduces MP cost by 75%. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see shortly. Not actually on the save point. Can't use a tent. So wait. I'll be able to confirm this once we leave the screen. Oh, I thought a save point appeared there after defeating him. I was wrong.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Well, the other thing is there is that glitch, because if you switch back to Party 1 right now, or Party 2 even, and use a tent before you move, the game thinks you're on the save point. But no, I thought one appeared when defeating the dragon. This room is actually fairly dangerous because if I remember correctly, yeah, these retainers, run away from them.
Well, first they didn't seem so tough.
They have one of the most annoying abilities in the game, while yet being able to give Gao one of his best rage abilities in the game if you fight them on the Veldt later on. But we'll be able to see just what I mean by these guys being a big threat once one of them is dead. Now, level 5 death. If Strago survives this battle, he'll learn 2 abilities. Yeah, the Dark Force is a big pain too. Trade-off. He decides to kill you in retaliation. You cannot block that unless you have a high magic evasion. But even if you have something that protects against instant death, nope, doesn't work.
Wow. So yes, so this is the one instant death that gets you no matter what.
Pretty much.
It's like that song from the 80s, One Way or Another.
Yeah, exactly. And with the since Terra has X magic, it's definitely a good case of being able to heal herself with one spell and bring someone back to life with the other, or bring someone back to life and then heal both of them together. Oh, thank goodness she's immune to wind. Otherwise she'd be dead.
Yep, that gives her a chance to revive 2 party members.
Wise from your grave. And get back up, Edgar.
I keep forgetting. Strago has no magic.
Yes, and that's not good for him.
Yeah, okay, yeah, now I regret giving him the Tritalk Esper.
Well, once he learns it, he's useful. Edgar can not do much else than fight as an imp.
Yeah, it doesn't help when you're running low on green cherries.
Well, Remedy's also. Oh. You can either cast Remedy on him or cast Imp on him outside of battle, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Strago's going to learn a lot of abilities on this from this battle.
So, Remedy works too on Imp?
It should, because Remedy cures every status ailment except for KO.
I thought only green cherries worked with Imp.
Nope, because Remedy cures everything except KO. That's why it says.
There is this one cave that gives you a lot of green cherries during battles.
Yep, and that's just a way of saying, oh, a lot of the enemies in here use Imp.
Yeah.
That was Umaro's cave, if I remember correctly. It would have been sad if Strago had finished that guy off and then got traded off and died as a result and not learned any of the abilities, but he'll get a ton in here. What, 3 or 4? Level 3 Metal, Level 5 Death, Condemned. Oh, you already had Blowfish, okay.
Yeah.
Not the one thing to worry about is not having a lot of Phoenix Downs, but yeah, since this is the final and longest dungeon in the game, I cannot stress enough, come here with a boatload of items, at a minimum of 50, everything you can carry. Except for Super Balls, they're just too expensive and not really worth it. Okay, here we have one of the puzzles where the party does need to meet up.
Well, but then again, like, if you get all the way to Kafka and still have some items spare, you could probably get away with using Life 2 and Life 3.
Well, that's what you want to do in battle anyway, so they can come back with more health. Yep, boss time!
Yeah, but I made sure to use all my tents wisely before getting there.
So, Inferno, Striker, and Rough. This is just like the guy from the minecart chase at the end of Vector. Just attack the center guy, and the other two will go down with him. Once you defeat him. So that does make this a little bit tricky, given Kyan has the offering, and of course you have Sabin in there. His blitz will target someone random. But so long as you go for the center guy, if you take out the others, you get time for them to regenerate while you're able to stay on the offensive. Goodbye, Kyan.
All right.
Right in the face. You got go-go. Wait, did Sabin just attack 4 times? I thought Kyan had the offering, unless he switched him out. Oh well. Or was he just countering? Delta hit, petrification. But it's on go-go. Oh nope. I have no idea where the song is at. I just feel like coming along with it at a certain point. Atomic Ray, not a threat to those two. No, once again, we have the floating corpse, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Sabin was given the offering.
Yeah, I traded it out.
Well, that is actually a very good combination, because with the black belt and the offering, every time Sabin counterattacks, he'll hit 4 times. So that is a pretty good combination.
Alright, so that's one to hang on to for the final fight then.
Possibly. Well, yeah, since you don't have the Genji glove either. And get back up on your feet, Mr. Yeti. I always thought it was quite kind of interesting that the spell remedy and the item remedy had different animations. Oh, not good. It's basically up to Umaro, because he's not going to heal anybody.
Yeah. All he does is just go berserk. Just like Gao does.
Mm-hmm. At least with Gao, you can kind of control him before selecting a rage to use. But annihilated. Or as the French say, annihilated. Yes, I am the Frenchman commentator following after this party. Seven minutes later. Let's change the loadout and try again.
Yep.
Either that, or this is attempt number 3 and attempt number 2 got cut out.
Yeah, well, yeah, no one wants to see like repeated failed attempts. That's why I have to cut them out.
Oh yeah, that's why I had a fail montage in Mischief Makers.
Oh yeah, you did that in your Mischief Makers LP.
Yep, in the finale, I had a lot of trouble with Phoenix Gamma, just beating him without taking a hit.
So, but you eventually did get the gold gems in that one, didn't you?
Yeah, I finished that one last week.
Ah, and now you're back to your Eternal Crystals version of this game.
Yep. Of course, Mischief Makers was my side LP, so I recorded that more. I tried to record that more often than just once a week. And Eternal Crystals is my main Let's Play, which I do longer videos, but only do once a week. And I'm going to finish Eternal Crystals before starting my next side Let's Play, which was announced at the end of Mischief Makers. I'm not saying what it is. You guys are going to have to go to my channel to find out.
Alright, we may be prepared to do that.
Yeah, Shrapnel is definitely the most dangerous ability that guy has. Actually, Delta hits pretty bad too. But if it hits Go-Go, it should be immune. No, I hit Amaro again. Well, he was petrified, but still got out of his fighting stance. Yep, aim for the center there, Kyan. So bat is good.
So it's when you're using sword tech, you can't really control where you aim.
Pretty much. Unless you use an ability that hits every enemy on the screen. Like Stunner or Cleave.
Cleave is like the highest one.
Yep. But the boss in here is immune to it anyway, so it's not worth using. Atomic Ray, Sabin and Umaro are immune to that. Yeah, just keep hitting that center guy.
So we have one less opponent now for the time being.
Soulbat seems to just do different amounts of damage. Yeah, basically, the bosses in this area are pretty much the warm-up. If you can handle them without a lot of trouble, you're pretty much ready for the final boss.
Yeah, but these are nothing compared to how actually the final boss battle goes once we get there.
Oh yeah.
And we won't get there for another few parts.
Yep, again, long dungeon. Longest in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, it could take this dungeon can take over an hour to finish.
Especially if you're unprepared.
Yeah, it's almost as long as the Black Omen from Chrono Trigger.
Well, Black Omen was designed to be the final dungeon of that game too.
But it ended up being an optional dungeon.
Yep. But very worth the effort. It has a lot of great stuff in there, and you can actually, if you utilize the Steel Ayla's Charm ability in that game well enough, you can get prism dresses and prism helmets for everyone in one run of the game, as well as steel speed tabs.
Ah.
Back on your feet, you two. We're only halfway through his place.
Halfway through.
I think this is also the same team that will fight the other dragon. If not, it'll be team number 2. At least it was nice enough to not give you another battle until after you
I wonder if
saved.
this team knows how to tame their dragon.
Don't know. I think it's going to be Celeste's team, actually. Because this is the only team that has the required boss fight along the way, because Team 1 could have fought Ultima, but you skipped that one. You skipped him.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
I think it is, because it generates a save point after you beat him there, and I don't remember what he drops. But usually some good stuff. Yep, try and concentrate all your firepower on a single enemy. These guys just have a lot of HP. Or you can spread it out like Kyan does, and saving. You're attacking the wrong one first. That first one had more damage done on it. More fireballs! Now fireballs are a little bit more threatening than snowballs, and yet... goodbye, Kyan. Oh, still didn't finish him off. Oh, okay, so the second one did have more damage done on it. They were close. Close together. And no magic points. Does anyone have any espers equipped in this party?
Yeah, they should.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, he does. So he may have learned everything that he can learn. Either that or
No, he hasn't learned life yet. And apparently the life status remains at 12% for like the rest of the game.
well, that's because he doesn't have an esper that teaches life on him. Unicorn does not teach life.
Oh.
So that's more treasure here.
Wait, are you implying that I should switch out espers before the final fight?
Well, before the final fight doesn't matter because once you reach the final fight, you won't learn any new. You'll be done with the game. You won't learn any new magic during the final fight. But basically, if a party member has learned every spell it can from an esper, switch out espers. And the switch that the team needs to hit for Team 2 to advance was just passed. So you have to backtrack and let them through.
Well, I think I do realize that eventually and then backtrack for it.
That storm did a lot of damage. So this guy's obviously weak against ice.
Looks like this landworm has very low defense.
Either that or just weak against ice. But it's a worm. It has no bones.
Right. It almost looks like that warp worm from earlier in the game.
Yep. And it also looks like the Hoover in the desert south of Miranda.
Yep.
Okay, so the forces just didn't give any magic points, apparently. Okay, I was wrong. So this team fights the Skull Dragon.
Yep. Looks like it's time for them to learn how to tame their dragon.
Well, it's already dead, so what good would it do?
Well, can I say that because that's a parody of the title How to Train Your Dragon.
But nope, we got these guys first. Hemo fighting retainer. Oh, we've seen what happens when you fight retainers.
That critical hit was actually a pretty good one.
That came from Gogo too. Cursed Gaze, so just as sap. Yeah, the Hemophyte is a palette swap from an enemy from the Zone Eater dungeon where you got Gogo. Kind of a unique sprite too, but I think there's only one enemy in the game that only has one type of sprite, and only one enemy in the game that has a completely unique sprite, and that's only in one area. All right, Kyan, back on your feet again.
Yep. Get up, Kyan.
No more Rex Ethers. Just have tinctures. Don't use Mega Elixirs outside of battle.
I do save one for the final fight.
Yes.
But spoiler alert, I did at one point before the final fight, I had to give in and use one.
Well, so long as you have one left for the final fight.
Yeah, I took your advice about that and made sure of it.
But yeah, using a Mega Elixir outside of battle, even if it let you do it, not worth how rare they are. I think this guy's weak against fire. I don't know who has fire in the party. We're about to find out.
Yep.
Because he's poison based. He's not undead. Yeah, weak against fire. And holy. And he does a lot of death-based abilities. Unfortunately, Fire 1 is so weak it'd probably be more useful to do regular attacks on him.
Yeah, well, I don't have Fire 2 and Fire 3.
I know, that's why it's better to use regular attacks. They'll dish out more damage. Oh yeah, Saban can do a lot more damage with a single attack. Spectre. Okay. Okay, did confuse. I thought that did damage, but I'm probably thinking of Sadan's Fire. He likes to use those sword attacks when he's confused. At least he's hitting the enemy. And I did his own confusion.
Oh, you were right. Hey, Saban got more out of physical attacks than Fire 1.
Well, just a single physical attack, even without the offering, did more damage. And goodbye, Go-Go. Death is always nearby.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. That should finish him off, or come close. Nope.
Wow, with the help of the offering, Saban knocked out about 5,000 HP off that Skull Dragon.
More than that, actually. It was closer.
Well, it was around 5,000.
Oh, he's confused, imped, and still did the storm. Unfortunately. Okay, that was a nice finisher.
Yep, that critical hit did the job.
Yep, that was actually his limit break. So that's the second one we've seen. 10 magic points, muscle belt. That is a huge strength boost. Defeated all 8 dragons. Dragon seal broken. And with that, you get the Magicite. Crusader. That will teach Fire 3. I think Fire 3, Meteor, and Meltdown, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but I chose to leave it alone because of the description it gave me.
Yep. Okay, just Meltdown and Meteor. I was wrong about Fire 3. Meltdown is a fire-based ability that will hit all enemies and allies.
It says Merton, not Meltdown.
Well, they didn't have enough room for Meltdown.
Okay, so they called it Merton.
Yep. Wheel of Fortune is a Merton Griffin production. Oh, that doesn't quite fit.
No, it did not.
But if your party members can absorb fire or are immune to fire, Meltdown will not hurt them. However, if you summon Crusader, I don't remember if the summon is fire-based as well or not. But yeah, that summoning Crusader will hurt you and the enemy. And actually, it is possible to see Crusader early on if you use the Magicite item, which summons a random Esper. And if it summons Crusader that early in the game, yeah, you're gonna die. Those are the 3 words I said to the Super LP heroes about racing Super Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah. But we managed to get through it. So.
Oh, Mark managed to get through it.
No, I mean, like at least, yeah, well, yeah, at least it wasn't as bad as our most difficult race ever.
Oh yes. Yeah, and there was still Paris's rant about Ixion's approach to Adventure Island 2 and the TMNT race. But yeah, I don't think Ixion ever accepted the challenge race where they would not use save states.
He didn't even respond. He did. I remember when Paris went in the mag chat and explained it, but yeah, but Ix never responded.
I have to get in touch with him by PM.
Yeah, and yeah. So I was also telling those guys about the heated argument that Paris and Turbo had in the TMNT race, and
80s was better.
Yeah, I know. Yes, well, but Dre believed that that comparing the 2 cartoon series is like comparing apples and oranges.
I actually never saw the 2003 series. I'm just trolling Turbo with that. Because I've ever saw the 80s.
Yeah, well, actually, Lantis said the same thing to me. That he never saw that series either.
Load up and get the same party, but
yeah, and Ix believes that the 03 series was the GOAT series, if I may quote him, or greatest of all time.
I was wondering if that was going to be similar to the term Black Sheep, but I was wrong. Does she counter with that? Oh. Who cast that? Okay, the Madam cast that. Holy crow. Holy crow. Yeah, these guys are just nasty. Yeah, don't think the party's going to survive this one.
Yeah, we'll see.
I was watching a speed run of this last week, and the characters the players just bought a bunch of smoke bombs and used those to run away from pretty much every random battle they ran into, because that's faster than running away individually. Well, with that death, we'll leave you guys. Another victory for me!
A Until next time, this is Gold League Gamer 1 and Dyne. Later, folks.